it's Amy Kate and welcome back to Sim by Design with another Sims 4 speed build. Today I'm doing kind of a stilted cabin look. I've had this idea for a while and I just thought it would be such a cool looking house is to have something stilted over top of the water. And when I envisioned it, I ended up envisioning it as a log cabin type thing. And I hadn't had a chance to build anything in Granite Falls yet, so I figured might as well build a cabin in Granite Falls. But as you saw from the beginning, I kind of did a little bit differently than normal. Before I built the entire house and then saved it to my library and then tried to place it over top of the pond or fountain or whatever, and it just ended up deleting the entire thing, which I kind of figured would happen. But I ended up cutting all of that part of the build out and it just started with me making the pond using, and then I had turned move objects on to place the pillars into the water, and I then built walls kind of around the pond area. I'm going to keep calling it a pond even though it's a fountain. But I kind of built a base wall, then traced that base wall to put the rest of the house part on top of the pond and then just deleted the bottom one. And then as you can see what I'm doing now, I had used Deligracy's trick that she talked about in one of her videos of placing like rocks and plants and bushes around the outside of the pond to make it look like, or the fountain to make it look like a pond. Which I believe I used in my last speed build, the two-parter one. And you'll probably see that a lot more. And then just realized actually right now I could have built or saved the house as a room instead of as a house and placed it over top that way, but whatever, you live and you learn. And I thought as I was kind of placing different outdoor retreat objects around the bottom, I realized I should make like a storage area because I was looking at all the different decorations. So I built that kind of around the edge, and I had in my plans, you'll see I was going to put kind of stairs inside the cabin to go downstairs, but when I did that it went into the pond and it just looked weird. So I decided to not do that. It took me forever to choose a door to go right here in the front. Especially with when I did the second height walls, I didn't like any of the doors that they had, and I couldn't put a window over top of it with that big space there. So I just put the walls back to my normal one height wall and kept it like that just because I think it looks so much better. I say this every time. I always really love every new house I build. I just think they always look they're always something cool and something different. And I know that seems kind of like not big-headed of me to say, but I feel like it takes a lot for me to get inspired, and when I do, I love the feeling of actually having something to show for it, because normally I will just like start doing something and never finish it, and I feel like I do a fairly good job of that with making these videos for y'all. So for this build, oh sorry, I forgot to close my window. It's just so nice outside, and I apologize if you can hear cars driving past or the wind blowing. It's just it's one of the nicest days that we've had here in like forever. It's been so hot and it's just like perfect temperature, so I feel like I had to leave the window open. But as I was saying, I really wanted to give this a very kind of rustic log cabin, kind of from like the 1960s, 1970s, and with a kind of, I don't know, like in the 60s and 70s, they had very big window, picture window type things. I feel like in the 70s maybe, like you saw in the front, they had the kind of V shape kind of bay window. Instead of having like the normal bay window, they have like a big V shape with a bunch of window panels on that. And I thought that would be really cool. And then I added in kind of a very 60s, 70s country style kitchen to give it a kind of more rustic feel, along with a mix of like light and dark colored woods. I just thought it gave the house kind of a mismatched feel, and I like that, and I personally think it works. I hope everybody else thinks it works. But the kind of family ideal, I know a lot of people will just build and that's it. They'll just build not with having a family in mind. And most of the time I do that, but once I start kind of building and like getting into the actual game, not gameplay, but getting into the game and building within the game, I kind of think about what kind of family I would want to play in here, even though I don't, as most of you know, I do have some Let's Plays, but I rarely actually follow up on doing anything on them. But what kind of families I would want to play in this type of house. And of course, this is a vacation house in Granite Falls, so you can't actually move your family into here unless you place it on a different lot. But I kind of envisioned this more of a type of cabin that a family of, let's say, maybe 2 parents and 2 kids, or a parent and a child, go camping in for a couple days, or I think you can do like a week maybe. Maybe they can go like a week or something on a nice little vacation. But I don't know. I put a double bed in the second bedroom. I don't know for sure if you can actually have like sibling sims sleep in the same bed together, like 2 brothers or 2 sisters, or a brother sister combo, and if it can be like 2 teens or a child and a teen, or 2 children, anything like that. But you can always replace that bed and make it 2 single beds. Just take out, I think I put a computer in the second bedroom, so you could just take that computer out and put 2 and the double bed and put 2 single beds in there. But I kind of just envisioned having like 2 sim, or like parents and like maybe their young adult child with their husband or wife coming to stay at this cabin for a nice long weekend to get away from work or something. Just kind of a nice fun getaway. And of course I had to add my little art studio in the corner there. I was going to put it in the middle of the room, but it felt kind of odd. I know I didn't actually put it in the middle, but it just felt odd when I thought of it. So I moved that sitting room area to the middle and put the easel and the painting stuff in the bay window. I'm going to call it a bay window even though it's not technically a bay window. So you can paint out of that as well if you want to. And like I said before, I kind of want to go with a 60s, 70s vibe. So I made the kitchen and the bathroom, the like second bathroom, very kind of not updated type of thing. And while the master ensuite is kind of a clean, like super clean blue and white, almost modern feel, but with some rustic touches, like the bathtub, the cabinets, At least the cabinets on the sink are very kind of rustic. The bathtub in the ensuite matches the bathtub in the second bathroom. It just doesn't have that shower curtain. But then the shower and the rugs are kind of, and then the post, I just put that random poster in there. I thought it was kind of cool. Are all kind of a little modern, have a modern feel to them. And then I kind of copied the coffee table and as a little desk, the coffee table from the living room as a desk for this computer. I thought it would be kind of a cool touch. I mean, if you need to like check your email, or you're feeling so inclined to have your sim check their email while they're having some relaxation time, they can, but they don't have to. It's just there. And then I thought this was a really cool idea to have shelves with pictures kind of stacked up on top of it. I do that in a lot of my builds. I stack pictures on top of shelves and dressers, or against table, or like make it look like they're like leaning against the wall. And then I thought putting that mirror on one of the shelves would be kind of cool too, just to give it a little different feel. And as you can tell, I went for kind of a cream and light brown look for the second bedroom, while I did go with a kind of cream and dark brown instead of light brown for the master. Or maybe I changed it to blue. I thought I did a little bit of blue, but maybe I changed it to green, or to cream instead. Cream and a brownish color. Because when I think of a cabin, I think greens, browns, cream, kind of just earthy tones. And, excuse me, I feel like that just makes a cabin feel very warm and cozy. One thing I just realized I should have put in there and I forgot is a fireplace. But now that I think about it, as I'm thinking about forgetting it, it probably would not have been a good idea to have a fireplace on a like second floor. It wouldn't have worked out very well. But here are the floor plans. The drawing to the digital floor plan didn't change too much, whereas everything else changed a lot. I do have kind of a little camp area on either side, like a tent on one side with a picnic table and a grill, and then a bench, like a stone bench, looks kind of like it's part of the little growing area, and some stumps look like they cut down a tree or two to build the house. On the other side with a fire pit, just to give it kind of the cabin-y feel. Like they could still go sleep out in the tent under the stars if they really wanted to. And they have a little grill so they can cook out. But then I also added the little horseshoe game by the, I guess you would call that a shed type thing. I thought of putting the shed under the stairs, but I would have had to move all of the furniture, all of the, I guess the plants and stuff, I guess is what they're called, to do that. But just going through the rest of the screenshots, you can see I don't really know what else to talk about besides the fact that I think I'm slowly finally figuring out a schedule. I know I keep saying that all the time, but I'm slowly getting a schedule together of how and when I can start uploading things again. More, just so you guys are getting more content from me, because I love doing this and it's like such a great de-stressor from work, from both jobs. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thank you. I will see you next time. Have a good day.